You can see the fin whale behind me out on a sandbar. It's huge now because it's blown up with gas. It died 2 days ago, came in from the ocean, and we don't know why, and we don't know what killed it. But you can see people are now making their way over there. We have a window of opportunity of literally a few hours to be able to get out there and start the post-mortem to try and unlock all those clues that are not only going to tell us why that whale died, but also help us understand the whales that are still living out there. And let me tell you, the weather is absolutely abysmal.
On the 15th of January 2009, a fin whale swam into a bay off the south coast of Ireland in County Cork. Fishermen from the village of Court McSherry made valiant attempts to save it, but once the tide started to go out, this 65-foot whale was doomed.
I never seen a whale in my life.
Here was a unique chance to explore the anatomy of a whale and discover its evolutionary story. Why did these mammals live in the sea, and how did they become so large? This adult female was far too big to be transported to the Royal Veterinary College, like the other animals in our animal autopsy series. She weighs about 50 tons, as the local digger operators were about to find out. The whale was decomposing fast, with a growing risk of explosion. The Irish authorities feared this could degenerate into a public health nightmare. The vet in charge, Dan Crowley, accepted our offer of help to fly in the queen of whale anatomy from New York, Joy Reidenberg. In the campervan HQ, she quickly takes charge of the operation.
As soon as the first cut is made here, that first cut is going to cause a lot of hissing. We make one cut and everyone backs up. If you keep going or you make the cut too deep and it goes through the muscle layer and into the peritoneum, which is where all the guts are, then you're going to have an eruption like a volcano, and all the guts are going to come right out of that hole, and you're going to see it just spouting sausage links out through a little hole.
In Denmark, they learnt this lesson the hard way. The tide's now dropped, and we have just 4 hours before nightfall.
This is obviously the head of the whale. It's on its side and slightly on its back. You can see one eye just down here. This is its upper jaw. This is the baleen plates. These are made of keratin, like your fingernails, that they're used for filtering out all the food this animal eats when it dives and feeds. This is its tongue, believe it or not, which is blown up because of the gas inside it. Absolutely massive. And you can even see these tiny little papillae on it. It's just slightly rough to the touch. It is extraordinary being this close. It's so sad it's dead, but extraordinary.
Okay, you guys, we need everybody here to be on the other side of that water, because we're going to cut this in and it's all going to pop out. Everybody move, please. Get out of the way, you're going to be coated in whale goo. Okay, here we go.
That gas is all from fermentation from bacteria that are decomposing the organs inside. Even though
get pushed out through that hole. The Whale Park Symphony. That's just the opening number. So now the inflation has come down quite a bit, so the big explosion isn't going to happen anymore. We've taken away most of the pressure. That part's done. Okay, this is freed up.
Under the skin lies not only the clues to this animal's death, but also the secrets of how the biggest mammals on Earth evolved. Whales remain hidden from view apart from tantalizing glimpses when they come to the surface for air. How they survive so long at such depths is one of the great wonders of the natural world. And the story of their evolution defies belief, as Richard Dawkins explains.
All our ancestors came from the sea and obviously went to great trouble to leave the sea and become radically changed to live on land. And then some of them, whales, sea lions, penguins, turtles, went back into the sea, which would seem to sort of undo a lot of hard research and development, so to speak, and need to sort of reverse it. They didn't quite reverse it. I mean, they rediscovered many things. The shape of a whale or a dolphin is pretty much like a big fish. But amazingly, if you look inside, deep inside a whale, you'll find vestiges. Vestiges of hind limbs, little tiny remnants of bones, which show that the ancestors had real hind limbs that they actually used for walking.
Later, we hope to find this vestigial hind leg, but first we need to strip off the blubber.
Okay, you and you, come on out. I want you on this side. Can you use one of the long knives and start the cut that's going above his head? Be real careful of his head, okay? If you need him to move, let him know. The wind is going to pull on that when you lift it up, so be real. You can start with the hand knife here. This line right here. You get to here, you're going to switch to the other tool. If the wind is too strong and it's pulling it, stop. Don't risk it, because it'll fly out of your hands and it'll impale someone. All right, I'm going to go up there in the meantime. Oh. If the no, not that, not that.
Oh, just the hook.
Just the hook. Have you got a hook? If the wind isn't too bad, I'm going to get up and do the cut. I just need to see how bad the wind is. If I feel like we're going to get blown off, I'm not going to do it.
Yeah, they're behind you.
All right.
You okay with that?
Yeah, I think I'm all right. I want to get to that depression where I can sit better.
Okay. Hang on. There you go.
Okay.
Knife.
I need a knife.
Here you go. Come on.
Beautiful. Got it.
Joy's got the most dodgy job at the moment. She's trying to balance on a very slippery whale. She's cutting through the blubber from front to bow, back to front, all the way around, so we end up with one big sheet of blubber that hopefully we can just peel off from the underside like a banana skin, and that'll give us access here to the thorax with the heart and the lungs in it, and then further back into the abdomen for all the abdominal organs like the digestive system, the kidneys, the genitals and so on. The smell is absolutely unbelievable.
So I'm cutting along this area here of the whale's belly. We're heading toward the genitalia, which are right down there.
As the team continues to unzip the blubber on the fin whale, more and more people catch wind of the activity on the beach and venture across for a rare glimpse of this giant from the deep. Local businesses are quick to take advantage of the new tourist attraction. while the authorities fight a losing battle, holding back the inquisitive crowds.
Do you know the pieces that are kind of hanging off there?
Yeah.
Is that plastic or is it skin?
Hang on a minute. That.
Yeah.
What does it feel like?
Plastic. Skin. Plastic. Skin. Plastic.
So who thinks plastic? Who thinks skin?
Plastic. That's it, skin. That's plastic.
Okay. No, that is skin. It's exactly the same.
Ah!
It's the same stuff that's on your hands because you all the time, the outer layer of your skin is growing all the time, and every day when you wash and when your clothes rub on your skin, it comes off. That's where you get flakes. You know when you get dandruff sometimes in your hair, that's flakes of skin, or when you get sunburn, hopefully not, but if you do, when your skin peels off, that's exactly the same. That's just the outer layers peeling off the whale. It's all skin.
Once upon a time, all mammal skins were covered in fur to keep them warm. But in deep water, fur is a poor insulator. So the whale's ancestors swapped it for blubber. But the really big question is why they left the land in the first place.
It's just that animals are going to pick up opportunities wherever they arise. And